come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So LSU's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team. I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they can make surface-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You can barely hear yourself thinking here. They're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quickly complete. At the 40, there he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Coates. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and he never had a chance.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Powers to the defender. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many in chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Finds his tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Man, a lot of times, man, that's what I do in a short yardage situation. 30 short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the 1st down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely no yards.
He dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Georgia's offense will get the ball for the 1st time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of
turning it off. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little.
Got his man out of the backfield. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on third.
Gonna look downfield again. Snagged in the middle. It's Bryant. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. First down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Looking for room. It's Jackson. Just searching and working
on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like,
Breaks into the open. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find a guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D-line are reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up. And when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Scanning the field, it's Coach. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but with snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He's going for an off. It's caught. And the explosive play, they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you've got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Jackson. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best running defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
LSU will get a first down.
Really nice job on the offense. Hey, man, trust your guys, right? We got all these analytics on fourth down, instead of go for it. They trust the quarterback. He gets it done with the completion and gets the big first down.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. Those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
This is a defense that we know takes tons of pride. Stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Looking to pass, it's Coates. Safe completion on the screen. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the fourth quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now if this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the back. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's ran downfield. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Offenses run these slant routes. It's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away. See where he's at, break on the football. Poor angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage with some nice yards after the catch.
Gibson on the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They go to the ground. He's stopped after picking up 1 to the 23.
And you want to run the ball. That's okay. You'll take some of this. But if they start to add them down the road, obviously, you might not have to fire them out.
To the air, it's Coates. Gets it out quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. You're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Gets it out fast. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
At this Bulldog offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get get some points, start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll go to the ground.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. But you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, you got to swarm with the football and get him on the ground.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the back.
Situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Let's see what they dial up on this fourth down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. Working that left side now. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Now from the 40, it's first and 10. On the ground, it's Jackson. He's got room. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative.
They'll snap it from the 34 on first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And find the man, and he'll be knocked down. How many problems does it cause for an offense when the D can get pressure from its nose tackle?
He's usually a guy that sits in the middle in 2 gaps, and it's really hard to rush the passer, but really nice job using his hands, getting to the quarterback. When a nose tackle gets a sack, everybody gets excited because that guy doesn't get many of those.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Timeout call here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. This This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Takes a shot as he throws, and it may have a chance. Incomplete. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense.
And they decide to go for it. Decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice. Turnover on downs.
Get it out on the screen. There we go. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like a pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is diving.
He stopped at the 30, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Use the play fake, down throw. Find space on the right. Picks up the first down, mark it at the 14 as they try to put up points before halftime. They'll throw it from the red zone. It's complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Gets the back moving. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in. That is a good sign for this offense.
So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. On the move from inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll try the run. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors for our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellows between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
LSU will put the weather to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Looking to throw on first down. They'll run the screen. They'll rip up 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The run from the shotgun. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. And downfield. He's short of the juice. The Jets the points, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple of shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens. You can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They got started, got the wide receiver on the ground. It's not the first time they've seen that.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the end zone. Quick strike through the air for the score. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He'll try to tackle on one early. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Coastal Carolina. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
How about that one, Kevin? We'll be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Coates. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points on this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him.
He lets it fly. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And at this point of the game, we just can't say enough about how good the defense has been covering this guy. Coming into the game, they knew he was the critical factor for this offense with his skill set, but they have really been able to shut him down. They force another incompletion down the field looking his way. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're winning this game.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Lost the throw again. Looking deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
Just a short pass to the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB in this. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Well, not down in distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. From the shotgun, the inside kid. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of containing Ryan's defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to center the point.
And the defense got him at the 27. We'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He splits the uprights. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's blocked. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Dogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Now the play fake. Throws it out in space. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position.
Really quick. Now they get the first. It's at the 37. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Gets it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Power football with the run. Pass the sticks in, still on his feet. Offense has gained momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. LSU. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a third down play. He's looking to throw on third and short. He's got him. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-goal situation from the end. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. And they didn't get it forward and edge. Defense wins the battle up front. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wants to go up top. A little screen to the running back. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And I got to know on offense, right? When I get in this situation down near the goal line, I got to get physical, finish my run forward, not start dancing around, going all over the place and losing yards. That's just bad offense.
Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Just drives it between the uprights. And they'll push that one down a little further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a two-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. Field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, they're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when the plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
This guy can throw. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to throw, it's Coates. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up leagues, and I like where I'm at. If I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, equal a clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board.
Here's the handoff. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. keep it on the ground. Clock is their threat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
It's complete on the crosser. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Bulldogs look to keep this drive humming. They'll give it to the back. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And this one is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to pass, it's Coates. Quickly out to the tight end.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Quick strike complete. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. If you're not throwing to the sideline and you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Yeah, the defense is going to give you those all day. We're late in the game now. They've got the big lead. Expect them to play big zone defenses and try to keep the football in front of them. If you want to throw it short, they're just going to rally to the ball and just bleed this game out.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play.
LSU.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, LSU.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To throw, it's Coates. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there and knock it away and deny the score.
against an outstanding wide receiver one-on-one. He's able to knock the ball away and force an incompletion late in the game with everything on the line.
This one's complete. That will be the final play as they make the